Hello, this is the third video on a ton of cards that were revealed today for the Boomsday expansion, so if you missed some cards, the playlist is in the top right and at the end of this video. This video's card is Astromancer, 7 mana 5/5 with the battle cry, summon a random minion which costs as much as your hand size. And this card was revealed in another language, so the card isn't exactly translated. There's some confusion on the title of the card, but we basically know what it does. And the card you see on the screen is just someone putting the card in English. But back to the card, the lowest you could go would be if you play this and leave 0 cards in your hand, summoning a 0-drop. And the highest value you could get would be if you have 10 cards, play this and leave 9 cards in your hand to summon a 9-drop. I think for this card to be worth it, you'd need to spawn at least a 6-cost minion, but you'd definitely want to hold out if you could get higher. Of course, the problem with waiting and not playing this card is if you play other cards in your hand instead, then it just makes this card weaker. Unless you have a Luneth. And I'm not joking about a Luneth because I think this is meant for a draw mage. Astromancer just seems like it's stuck between two decks. A drawing mage could support the battle cry, but it's not a very strong deck to start with, and I don't think Astromancer's strong enough to make it playable. Then there's Control Mage, who can also support the battle cry. By nature, control decks hold a lot of cards in their hand, but the problem here is that Astromancer is more of a tempo swing, and less of a card that gives you value over the long term, so I don't think it really meshes well with control. I think you can compare Astromancer to Spiteful. They're both big tempo swings, and while you don't have to exclusively run expensive spells with Astromancer, it's ultimately harder to get high value off this battle cry. To play this, it's always going to be a situational card because to maximize its value, you have to mess around with trying to get a full hand. If your hand isn't above that 7 or so card size, then the value of the card starts to go down, meaning it won't end up being worth playing. I think Astromancer has potential. Maybe this fast-drawing mage deck could transform into a tempo deck where this could be the shining tempo swing. I think it's going to be a tricky card to include into a deck, especially this next expansion, but it may see play down the road. Well, that's the only card for this video. Check out the playlist if you missed any other cards. I'll be back tomorrow in the morning for 3 more, but until then, ta-ta.